Hi everyone, Daniel here from OurCloudNetwork.com, and in this video we're going to talk about number matching with the Microsoft Authenticator app. We can talk about what it is, why it's important, and how to enable it. So let's talk about what it is and how it works. So let's start off with a whiteboard here. So on the left hand side I'm going to draw my user, and on the right hand side I'm going to draw my cloud services. So this is a web page, and this is access to Microsoft 5 cloud services. So traditionally, when a user signs in using the Microsoft Authenticator app for multi-factor authentication, they'll do a couple of things. They'll first type in their information. So the first step is they'll type in their password. Then on the screen, they'll get a notification to say, we sent you a prompt in your Authenticator app. Please can you approve the prompt and we'll sign you in. So the request goes back to the user. So we'll then open up his mobile phone, and he will then approve the prompt, sign in. Then he'll get access to the services, and he can access his services. Now, there's a couple of problems with this. But the main problem is, say this attacker down here, he gets access and he knows the user's password. We don't know how. He could have socially engineered the user. The user could have reused their corporate password in another kind of personal app or service which had been compromised, and they're quite easily found out where the user works through LinkedIn, and they know the format of the email address and the services they're using just through public information. Easily done. So what the user can do is the user can try and sign into this service using step 1, password. Now the problem is the user is going to get the same notification on the screen to say, please accept the prompt on your mobile phone, but the user doesn't have the user's mobile phone, the legitimate user's phone. But what they can try to do is they can continuously send requests to this user, so over and over and over again, 5, 10, 100 times, and they could keep getting denied because the user doesn't realize, know who it's coming from. But eventually they get tired. The user gets bored, they get frustrated, one slips through the cracks, it gets approved. And this is called an MFA fatigue attack. So continuously sending MFA requests until the user gets fatigued, and for whatever reason, one slips through the crack and they get access to the services. So then the user gets access to the services, and boom, they can do whatever they want with data. And we can prevent this MFA fatigue, or certainly limit it largely, by using number matching. So let's take a look at how that works. So step 1, the user will type in their password to their interactive login prompt. So in our case, a web browser accessing office.com. Now on the screen, after they type in their password, they'll be presented with a 2-digit number. Could be anything, could be 71, 86, 99. Could be anything. It's completely random every single time. And then a notification. So when that comes on the screen, request goes back to the user. The user opens up their phone. In the app, they get a notification with a text box on it with a Microsoft Authenticator, and they're asked to type in the code they can see on the screen in a timely manner. And if they do that, it gets approved. Request goes back, and they can access their 365 services. So how does this help in the case of an attacker trying to access your system? So the attacker, again, here he is, he knows your password somehow. He's going to type in the password, and let's say in this case the code is 99. The attacker can't just keep sending requests to this user and expect it to be approved, because each time the number is different. So say that in the first case the number is 99, the user denies it. In the next case, then it gets changed straight away. It's now 86, and the user denies it. What the attacker would need is a constant stream of communication between him and the end user. Make sure that number sent to the end user in a timely manner. Then the user types in the number, does their biometric authentication on their iPhone or Android passcode, and then they will eventually be able to access. But doing this severely limits the chances of this happening, or of the MFA fatigue attack happening. I guess the only way a user could, or a malicious actor could circumvent this, if they successfully engineered the user, speaking to them on the phone and impersonating someone else. But that's where some additional security training comes in. But either way, number matching severely reduces the chances of your user being socially engineered and increases your organization's security posture as a whole. So it's really important this gets enabled because it's a really simple thing to do. It's got a huge impact on your security. Let's have a look at how to enable number matching. So let's first of all we need to log into the Azure portal, or the Azure Active Directory portal. That can be done at portal.azure.com or aad.portal.azure.com, and I'm signed in as a global administrator just for ease of this scenario. But once we're logged in, let's scroll down on the left hand side under Manage and click Security. And again under Manage on the left hand side, select Authentication Methods. And we have some methods listed here. I'm going to select the Microsoft Authenticator method. So here's where we need to change some settings. So by default this would be disabled. We need to come in here and enable this switch here. And this will enable us to configure the rest of the settings that we want to use. We want to make sure all users are selected here. You can target a group. There's really no need to target a group because we can do specific targeting on the Configure tab. So once we've done this, head over to the Configure tab and there's some options here. So the first option is require number matching for push notifications. So select this to enabled. Select your users. So you could use all users, then exclude a couple, or you could whitelist some groups. Do it that way, or you can just leave it to all users. And I'm going to leave it to all users because it's a great feature and all users should have it. There shouldn't be any reason, bar some service accounts, but again, they can be worked around in other methods. No reason to exclude number matching. We have this enabled. Once it's enabled and you click Save, give it 5-10 minutes, and at the next login prompt, the user will be asked to do the number matching. Okay. There's some other options here. So you've got Show Application Name, Push and Passwordless Notifications. So when you get that notification prompt on your app, it will tell you which app's logging in. And again, we can also show which geographic location is being logged in these applications. So I'm in the southeast of the UK. By turning this on, it'll tell me in a rough approximate location where I'm logging in, which is good. That verifies it's definitely me logging in, which it should be, and not an attacker waiting for me to log in and trying to engineer me. But at the same time, if you do get a prompt and it's a location you're familiar with or currently at, then you can easily just deny that, and it should be quite simple. And then the first thing you should do is notify your security team or follow whatever security process you have to change your password and secure your account further. So there we have it. That's how you enable number matching in the Microsoft Authenticator app. Make sure you like and subscribe to this to my channel if you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.